Alright guys, we're out here with Ram and we've got Balam over there. Good job guys. So today what we're working on is really just working on teaching these dogs how to think and how to problem solve. So with the heel position, I want them to understand what it is. I'm teaching them that it's on the left hand side. You need to pay attention to where you are and what you're doing. Good boy, Ram. Ram, heel. And then when you feel a correction, you need to kind of assess the problem, like what's going on. So once they understand that heel position is on the left hand side, they need to follow me wherever I go, or whoever's holding the leash. They're not allowed to sniff, not allowed to go potty. They're just allowed to focus on that position. Sit. Good boy. I know. Ram, heel. Let's go. Good. So I want them to understand that when they feel the e-collar correction and the leash pressure, that they need to fix the position. Good boy. I want them to be able to fix it on their own and me not have to keep putting them back into position. Sit. Good boy. Good. This is going to teach them to be problem solvers, to be independent thinkers, and to kind of think before they act. Good job, Balam. And we're dealing with two different kinds of stress. So Balam right now, he kind of goes internal is what we say. He takes everything inside and he's like, okay, this is stressful, this is stressful. He doesn't really show a whole lot of signs. He kind of just goes internal and turns things off a little bit. Good boy. So what we really need to do with Balam is a lot of confidence building, helping him understand that the obedience is something he can rely on rather than his stress. So oftentimes when we put a lot of new rules and a lot of structure on a dog, sometimes they do get a little bit shut down like Balam does, and his personality goes away. He's not as, kind of crazy excitable, but once he understands that it's just obedience and that it's nothing bad, that always comes back out in him. Whereas Ram, as you can hear, he's panting a lot and he's whining a lot, and that's how he processes his stress. Ram, heel. Good boy. And that's just different personalities in dogs. Every dog is different in how, just one, how they are, and then two, how they deal with stress when they're put under that stress. Ram, sit. Good boy. Good. So we're teaching them both the heel position on the left side, and they'll both be able to do it together as well as individually by the time we're done here. Good boy, Balam. Good. Ram, heel. Good job. So this is teaching them to be, one, obviously to be able to maintain this position and fix it when need be, but it's also teaching them how to work with the human. Whoever's holding their leash, whoever's giving them commands, they need to understand, good boy, that we're on the same page and we need to work together, good, and not against each other. Ram, heel. Good boy. So every time I stop walking, I want the dog to sit in the heel position. That just tells me that they're paying attention, they understand what's going on, and then if we're on a walk, good boy, or anything like that, I stop walking maybe to talk to a neighbor, or if I'm at a store, I talk to a checkout person or anything like that. That tells me that they're not going to get into any trouble. They're just in a sit, they're paying attention, and they're not going to go sniff anything. Good boy, heel. Come on. Good. And they're just staying in tune with me. Good job, Balam. So we are doing things a little bit differently with these two. Normally when we have multiple dogs in a household, we kind of separate them for the first little bit. They go out in different potty groups, they go out in different play groups. They don't really get worked together until the end when they're both ready and they understand everything individually. Then we bring them together and make sure they understand everything together. But with Balam processing stress the way he does, kind of going internal, shutting down a little bit, I don't really want that to happen. I want him to be comfortable. I want him to understand that training isn't a bad thing, obedience isn't terrible. So we're letting these two be together a little bit more. And that's okay, it's not going to change anything as far as the training goes. It's just going to help Balam understand that, like, hey, if my brother's doing this, I can do it, and it's not so bad. Huh, guys? Good job. So these two, they're doing really well. They're picking up on everything. they're dealing with all their stress, and a lot of times, Ram, heel. Aussies do carry a lot of stress just because they're, you know, they're herding dogs. They've got a lot going on up in their brains, and sometimes it's really hard to kind of rein that in to a point where they really understand. Come on, buddy. Good. To a point where they understand, like, okay, I just got to do this, and then everything's okay. Huh? I know. Good boy. But once they get to that point, it's almost like turning on a light switch. All of a sudden, everything clicks together, and they're just like, oh my gosh, I know what these humans are trying to tell me, and I know how to make them happy, and I want to make them happy, and then it's all good from there. So just know that these guys are going to give you a little trouble when they first come home, and it's going to be a lot of work when they come home. There's one Aussie is trouble, 2 Aussies is double trouble. So, but it'll be good. You'll be able to maintain everything and be a lot happier with these 2 hooligans. So, hope you're not missing them too much. Oh, little Blam. They're doing well, and they're just going to continue to progress every day.